Yo, and what is going on YouTube, and welcome for a new Oathbreaker series on our channel, BudgetBreaker, where we build fun competitive decks for under $50. If you are interested in the Oathbreaker format or the BudgetBreaker series, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you have not already. If you guys are interested in MagiKids, the Oathbreaker team's official charity, make sure to check out the links in the description below. Guys, before we jump into the deck, I want to give a huge shout out to Darkfire123 who helped suggest the deck. Now, first off, my Oathbreaker of choice today is going to be Vraska, Swarm's Eminence, paired with her signature spell of Inspiring Call. Now, Vraska enters the battlefield for 2 hybrid black-green with 5 loyalty and the following abilities. Her static ability is whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a player or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Her -2 ability creates a 1/1 Black Assassin creature token with Death Touch, and whenever it deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. Her signature spell, Inspiring Call, an instant for 2 and a green, draws a card for each creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until the end of turn. Now, we have a lot of cool things to talk about with this deck, but let's just jump right on in with another planeswalker. That's going to be Vraska, Golgari Queen, for 2 black-green, 4 loyalty. Really, we're bringing her in here for her +2 ability, which lets us draw cards, but there are cards in the deck that help us proliferate, so we can help push her up into that ultimate range to get that emblem where when a creature we control deals damage to a player, that player loses the game. Now guys, the primary goal of this deck is really to go wide with a lot of Death Touch creatures. And Vraska's static ability, these creatures start to get really big really quickly, and just Death Touch creatures are super fun to attack in with, and it really gives your opponents a lot to think about when they have to block. Now the first card here, and it's amazing if you get it down early, is Hardened Scales. When our creatures deal damage to get those counters, we're able to get an additional counter from the Hardened Scales every time, and it's just going to ramp us even quicker. Now, since we want to go wide here, I have a number of ramp creatures in this deck, starting with Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, Elves of Deep Shadow, and even the Deathcap Cultivator, which has Delirium, and he'll pick up that Death Touch later on. We'll go into the 1-mana drops. We have creatures like the Gnarlword Dryad, Narnum Renegade, the Hired Poisoner, and Ruthless Ripper. Now, in order to deal with some flying creatures, our opponents we were running the Deadly Recluse as well as the Thornwald Archer. Both have reach as well as, yeah, you guessed it, Death Touch. Now, we'll get into the another creature which is kind of special to the deck, and that's Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons. Now, she doesn't have Death Touch herself, but when she deals combat damage, she puts a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. And when she does that, she creates a 1/1 green snake creature token with Death Touch. So she is absolutely right on flavor. Now, other creatures we are running in that 2-drop slot, they run on a similar pattern. We have the Heir of Wilds with Ferocious, Rancid Rats with Skulk, Gifted Aetherborn with Lifelink, and the Orzhov Enforcer and the Thrillkill Assassin. Now, our 3-drop slot, we have a lot of people's favorite black creature, the Vampire Nighthawk, a 2/3 flyer with Death Touch and Lifelink. I cannot find a reason to not be in love with this card. Now, we're also running Ronus the Indomitable. He is Death Touch and Indestructible 5/5 for 2 and a green, but really we want him for his mana ability. 2 and a green, we can give another creature we control +2/+0 and gaining trample until the end of turn. Now, the other notable creatures we're running is Sidisi, the Undead Vizier. Now, with that exploit mechanic, we can sack a creature and tutor up a card from our library and put it into our hand. This is just really important when we get to the late game and we're really trying to find our answers. But the remainder of the deck is really, it just follows on a similar axis. Gonti, Lord of Luxury, Poison Tip Archer, Pharika's Disciple, Pitless Gorgon, Noxious Groudon, Sidewinder. They all have Death Touch creatures just to kind of swarm the board. But guys, the last package of the deck is really going to be removal. And board control. For creatures, removal, Murder, Walk the Plank, Settle the Score, Doomblade and Cast Down. For dealing with artifacts and enchantments, we have Nature's Claim and Abrupt Decay. And then just to seal it out, and actually the card I'm tooting for more often than not is Root Snare, just to prevent all combat damage. It really just kind of helps me seal up the game, I've found. But guys, since this was a budget list, I'm going to leave a list of cards I'd maybe recommend adding if you're looking to spend a little bit more money on the deck in the description box down below. But guys, that's going to be it for this Budget Breaker deck tech. If you guys have any videos you'd like to see in this series, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll make my way through them as soon as I can. As always, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because what else are you gonna do? I'll catch you guys later.